because I recorded a bit, and then it didn't record, so... Yeah, I think it was this one. Because, like, the recording didn't work. I hope it's working now. I don't really have any way to check. Byakuya! Byakuya? They're still all mad at me. Hida? Hero? Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. See, I started this trial before, and then I got distracted, and it kind of messed up my mojo, messed up my jive, so I'm kind of re-recording it. God, now I have to sit through the annoying first part of the trial again. It was like the first class trial.
You called for me, and so I appear. I'm late. I'm on fire.
So wonderful. So cool. So hot.
Yes.
My legs are ablaze. Now listen, everything will be just fine. So leave it to me.
My beautiful scissors.
Scissors in hand, I'll stab it down and save the master of evil. But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable. If it's what master wants, it can be mine, girl. Easily clean. I can handle it. Where am I?
Hello. It's me from the future. Oh, me in the editing room. So from this point on in the video, it is pretty much, all the audio is there, but the entire video of the last trial is, just like a series of still images that change maybe once an hour. So basically the gameplay is shot, and what I'm gonna try to do right now is recreate the gameplay in post. I have a Google Doc on my laptop that has the information of generally what I did in each gameplay segment. I have the game on one monitor and OBS on the other monitor. I have been putting this off for months because it sounds like a pain in the ass. It might take a couple takes. I tried it a little bit. I did a test run, and it's actually a little easier than I thought it would be, just because the game has voice acting, and like, it doesn't have to match exactly. It'll be a little fudged, but I will roughly try to recreate the gameplay from the thing. And I will try to, in post-editing me, I'm here, but I'll be talking as little as possible. In fact, I'm gonna turn my mic volume down even more now that I'm gonna put it at like 20, -20. So I'm gonna try to just stop and play and preserve the blind Let's Play experience that nobody cares about but me. Alright. Let's go. Also, I didn't have a save here for some reason, so I had to go back to an earlier save and replay some of the game. That was fun. Alright, let's do this.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up! If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win! But if you can't, then I win! And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not! Bears never go back on their word!
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person?
Hmm?
Don't bother. I already know the answer.
I turned on auto.
You're all the mastermind, aren't you?
Also, what are you
You're all
saying,
out to get
Hero?
me! I'm right,
Yes,
aren't I?
we're
I
all
knew it!
out to get you. Just started, heroes already being done. Cool.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it. I have evidence of my own.
Oh boy.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present.
And I
Evidence
know
that
what
proves
evidence it is.
everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
Photo! I missed the gunshot!
The three of us each have...
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong! The final no, that's wrong. The final
It's
no,
not
that's...
just you three.
The last
I
few
have
no,
evidence
that's
too.
wrongs are happening.
What? You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah. Huh? Wait, but mine's different. With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. Because in my picture... See?
This is
I'm the only one not in
more
it.
painful to go through the second time. Wow. Figured it. In which case...
Hero, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
I've also already done all of this.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Secret or whatever, I don't
That's why
care.
we're going-
You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
Hero, you're dumb. You're
But
dumb.
you're in my picture.
We're going through this on auto because I can't handle the back and forth dub here again for another half an hour.
You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other. The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us. Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
Audacious! Proof ID will load into his trap. Each photo inserts something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown. And that person is Toko. The ones who got
A gun! In each case, the only one not
I don't
want
want
to
to sit through whatever
is the
text
person who
box will
received
come
it.
up if I pick Toko.
So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing.
She's probably behind Hafumi's fat ass.
And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
Hold on. Wait.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
There's something weird I just noticed. In every
In
single
other words,
photo, I
Monokuma
think,
gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
in every
When
photo,
we saw our picture, we just
I think-
assumed everyone else was the enemy?
I think in every photo, Junko's face was obscured. That might not mean anything, but it is a bit of an odd because Byakuya's face, she was splashed. The running picture, she was turned around. The Koto's picture, she was turned around. The only one I don't know is Hiro, but like
Figured it out, huh?
just something
Yeah,
to think
I
about.
thought that must be
I
it.
probably doesn't mean
But how was that a hint?
something like that. But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. Something else that bothers me about everyone's picture. What is it? What's digging?
Listen, can I see
Besides the
everyone's
fact
group
that
photo
Junko
one
is
more time?
basically like
It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double-check something.
Sure, no problem.
I
Yeah,
mean, unless
I don't mind.
I don't think that's what he's about to bring up because I got to this point and I didn't know anything. So I think it's something else he's looking at, right? Yeah, her face is covered up there by the water. There she's turned around. On the water. There she's also turned around. And there she's behind Taka. So every picture you can't see her face. Weird. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't pin down. Something.
Can you just forget about the photo already?
Or maybe that is the something strange he's thinking about. And I wasn't
Trying to
thinking of
trick
it
me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about
It
that.
took a repeat playthrough of this segment to notice that Junko's face is covered.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
That's not an important thing.
So you think
Half of
they're
the people aren't
fake?
even wearing them.
No. I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that, so it's gotta be a fake.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture is because our memories are lost.
Now,
Amnesia. It's amnesia. I mean, I've noticed before I do that, but it's just as obvious to me. Easy.
Now I understand.
no way to make that match up.
Let's
No
say
way
that
to make
somehow
match up.
we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Yes, it could.
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense.
Is Hero being sarcastic? I didn't think Hero was intelligent enough to be sarcastic. Or maybe he actually thinks it makes sense. That seems more in line with
As if.
No,
You
okay.
expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Your whole gimmick is that you're a cult. Why?
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
It's only natural they wouldn't believe it. No matter how much they feel, that's the absolute truth. There's no choice. You can't move forward until they accept it. There's another way to prove Oh god, that's a lot of
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
So the
What?
idea that we all lost our memories.
Hey guys,
It's totally stupid. Obviously.
I want to be part of the debate too. Is that Monokuma? He's filling us with purple.
You're saying we all got spontaneous?
Since when did this turn it?
I promise you, ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
Yo, I got it.
No, it's wrong. Those folks. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
Toko, please.
No, it's nothing like that. It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean
I mean all of us, including you.
you lie? I never did any kind of interview.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself. The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
Drop the beat, drop the beat.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Yes.
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
Thank you for your voice of
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
What?
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Really?
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Last time on Danganronpa.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
Yes, you were right.
You sure are,
Move on.
'cause it's all true.
Move, baby.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can
I
do
like
about
how
it.
Monokuma doesn't really try to hide
Indeed.
or deny things.
We only have one path in
Bit
front
of
of
a
us.
change up for a boy.
Then, really?
The usual.
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
How could someone just steal our memories?
How? Come, that hardly matters right now. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
Original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with? To try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
What, the videos? Of, like,
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. That's
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Tina, you were with
Exactly! You're just making the mastermind is probably a million. Because masterminds always lurk off in the background, right?
Yeah. Cool.
So who did it?
Whoever did it is that much.
When you is the mastermind?
Of course, they have to be.
What makes you so
Go
sure?
back! Go back!
What? Exactly. You're just the mastermind is. They have to be here somewhere.
Oh. What? What? How was that wrong? Come on, Makoto. Don't claim him.
Shoot.
How was that wrong? Frick! 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 Frick!
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course. They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure? Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles.
So I have to bring
it's
it down.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I'm sure I told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
How'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me. I blame Makoto.
What? Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it! The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
What? No.
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Monokuma, shut
Wait!
up.
What are you trying to say?
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different. Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
The old wounds, right? That's what it was, I think.
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body.
This episode's
That's
gonna be
what
a
really
little
killed
slow
her.
At first. The trials are always
Hey, now hold on a
actually
second. You did read the Monokuma
guess-
file, right?
Not really that much slower than the rest of the game. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Well, then she
It made
died
it
several
pretty
days
clear.
She was carried
Those
over
wounds
there
were
as a
made
tarp.
at least a few days
We've
ago.
already figured that out. We're just waiting for
So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the
Consider
murder
this.
itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know,
You're wrong.
You're wrong. No, that's wrong.
denied me before I could even say anything.
Coco, shut up. Okay, let's get it.
I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
No. No. I'm not gonna listen. Sorry.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
It's spinning.
Are you
Everything is
finished?
spinning.
You didn't deny me this time,
Shut up.
Zee-Wimsey. You made me go all cutesy.
Don't worry. There wasn't anything cute about it.
Thank you.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it,
Not a single star or win.
obviously, she got all those wounds in...
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school,
I like Fenrir.
she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing.
Coco.
Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
Ah.
Anyway,
Yakuya.
so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after
dumb.
coming to this school.
I really am.
In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Mukuro's fatal injury has been added to the truth.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant.
Dang, that was last night in game. Feels like ages ago.
If Mukuro had already been dead for several days,
Probably because I've
certainly
spent,
it couldn't
like,
have been her.
months playing this trial.
So who was it that attacked you?
I lost motivation to play like halfway through this trial, and then I just didn't do anything.
I I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong.
Wrong.
It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask.
So fun.
The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think. Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
No. No way Mukuro is the one who attacked me. Even if I didn't see their face. Mukuro had a very obvious fender. Comparing that to the masked attacker should be obvious. Just like everything else.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right
Oh
hand?
god. This
Or
person's
the
gone.
left hand?
Literally,
Maybe the right foot?
does nowhere
Or
in the
perhaps
files
the left
anywhere
foot.
does it say where this happened?
Or could it be the hips?
You won't be, Makoto. You interrupted me while I was talking. 1 point deduction. Yeah, I remember this. Because there's nothing in the files that actually
You
says
never saw
how
their
it's
face, right?
it's
So
really
you
dumb.
can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Like, it doesn't ever
You're
actually
wrong.
say
Even without...
it doesn't say anywhere, like, where the tattoo was.
There's another
Gotta
part of
have
the
to
attacker
guess.
we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot?
You won't be, Makoto. Words can cut as deep as any blade.
Shoot. You never saw their face, right?
So you can't have. I'm telling you now.
You're wrong. There's another part of the attacker.
Oh? And what is this? Is it the right hand? Shoot!
I think I may have to,
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba!
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand?
yes! Okay.
No, it's wrong.
No, it's wrong. Literally just
Mukuro
random
had a
guessing.
tattoo
That's
on her
something like
right
mine.
hand, if I remember correctly.
Glad I didn't use that.
A representation of
I mean, I
Fenrir.
couldn't have used that
In
in the
other words,
recording,
a
but
wolf
also
tattoo.
stop and didn't record.
But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me.
I mean, I guess.
And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it could have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh! No snappy comeback? Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone can say anything. Wait, what? Kyoko was removing her gloves. Oh yeah, the gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little nervous.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I
I
thought
don't
you
think I
didn't want
got
anyone
here,
to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear.
You know, nobody else knows about this attacker of Makoto except Makoto. So what if Makoto was just lying? I mean, obviously that's not what's happening, but it's interesting that nobody in the room has brought that up.
There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
Nobody else is saying
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours.
Shut up.
Sorry. Did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
yes.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
So
And somehow,
confident.
she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
One place. The bio.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body, and it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
If there's a good place in this trial where I can stop and cut to another episode, I might do that. These trials are long. Long.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
But I'm gonna do it in post.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
The only trial that wasn't long was the last one, because Monokuma got me killed. Cut it short. Proof that shows the body at the tarp.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says Biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's
That's
nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
What? Why am I being made fun of?
This
for this?
proves that
What?
the tarp originally came from the biolab.
Whatever. You guys are.
In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in.
Makes sense.
Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
The coat? Man, I don't
You
remember.
made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
What do you mean, made it?
That's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
He seems a little nervous there. Holy cow.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
You talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency, one so major it can't be overlooked.
Coffins, right? Or was it coffins? Storage units? Where there was 12 of them instead of 15 or
La la la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
To pull myself together. The inconsistency by Ola. But could you be talking about the
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
He's trying to derail
What
me, dude.
one thing?
What do you think? I'm talking about your family.
He's trying to distract me, dude. Throw me off my game. This isn't real.
Don't tell
None
me
of
you
it's real.
forgot about that video message.
He's tried to throw me off my game. None of this is real. Right?
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
To distract me.
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Exactly. He's trying to work me up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can't let him get. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting closer to the bio. I want to shut him up. I need to expose this inconsistency and slam him. The inconsistency has to be one area where nothing. If I didn't know before, I know it now. Oh boy. Oh, is this the freaking rhythm game? Oh god.
Are you sure about this?
Oh yeah, this is where
Are you sure about this? Ah! What? What do you want?
so bad at
I'm not listening.
Final strike. Boom, you're dead.
I'm not listening.
What? 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 What's happening? Oh, there's more than one. There's more than one!
I refuse to give
I
up
think
yet.
I made the same mistake last time, and that's when I quit.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue.
I have to turn off the game sound because I turned it back on to do that, but like very low. Game sound off. Play on this.
And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
That's what...
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
Hero. Can't do math.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
Died in the same. Celeste will kill for their murder. Sakura was 9. And victim number 10 was Mukuro.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being...
What's freaking good?
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the...
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm
completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
Only 9 murders take place. That's patently untrue. Counting Monokuma's executions, there is at least 10 murders. I think we can all agree.
Shoot!
Oh. Well, I feel like we've already established people destroying bodies, so I guess the same person was killed twice.
I got it! What about if the same person was killed twice?
Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. Still, something like that
could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Wait, so she was like posing as one of us?
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
no, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious, because Kyoko's totally delusional.
So who got a bunch of stab wounds all around their body? I think we go through this. I think
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
No.
Junko Enoshima?
Or not. I was thinking that she got stabbed in a bunch of different places, right? I don't know. Mukuro died from the wounds all over her body. Yeah, Junko, right?
Who is this someone
gotta, like,
else
tap
that
it.
Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Junko Enoshima?
What's this?
Leon
What?
Kuwata?
That was not the one I wanted! Hello?
Chihiro
Oh, that's
Fujisaki?
I was literally
Mondo
hovering over
Owada?
Junko the entire time.
Kiyotaka
And then it gets
Ishimaru?
replaced by Leon.
Hifumi
So-
Yamada?
Then it gives me Leon.
Celestia Lu, whatever?
I'm gonna try capturing
Or
the
maybe
last one and shooting it in.
Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Murdered twice. Okay. Murdered twice. Guess who else?
Who is this someone else? Junko Enoshima?
Yo!
No, that's wrong.
How did I get this right?
So,
How did I succeed
Junko.
with
Mukuro in disguise.
when I played it in the actual
Wasn't her fatal injury?
failed to shoot it correctly like 4 times. I've edited them all out, but I have to absorb it again.
Junko Enoshima?
Yo!
No, that's wrong.
So, Junko was
Junko.
Mukuro in disguise.
Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those 2 bodies are actually one and the same.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, but it had the fender.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
She had the fender.
It's
It was
really
actually-
true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person?
I don't know, maybe
Wait,
Junko was
so
never
then...
actually captured?
Yeah, what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
So where the hell is Junko?
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro.
No!
She's still alive.
You're dumb. Because she has... Mukuro has the fender
Junko's
tattoo,
body.
So that's dumb.
And made it look like she was the one who died.
No. No.
So
Fender tattoo.
Mukuro is still
Have
alive.
a fender.
She's... Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Why? final push into
It wasn't Mukuro.
Boom.
No,
That's wrong! Got it. Let's go.
I was a little worried I would shoot the wrong one. I didn't understand
No,
where I was supposed to
the
press.
body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her record. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32.
Also
Everything in
depends-
her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Someone made it look like they died. They're actually still alive.
Why am I singing along? I'm supposed to not be. Post editing me is not here.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
I did turn
But
up
we saw her get
my
impaled.
post-
She died
my
right before our very
Because
eyes.
that wasn't Junko. That was Mukuro in disguise. I thought we established this, but I guess we didn't.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it, gently place my hand on Junko's lifeless body. Touch the wrist to check for a pulse. Really is dead.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
I guess we didn't establish the connection. See, because that's what I thought we established the connection that one body was murdered twice, meaning that when Junko died and when Mukuro died, they had to be the same person. So if that second quote unquote dead body is Mukuro, then the person who died earlier also has to be Mukuro.
It must
I thought
be
that
wrong.
was logical.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
No, I'm not.
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a too bad, too bad.
No.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Thank you.
Oh?
Even Miyakuya's failing these things.
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
By using simple, basic
Junko
logic.
absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
No, because one of them is not real. You yourself earlier was like Junko or someone who goes by it.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could you check it? Dead. Sure. But still, if she were alive, could it be that yeah.
Okay, well this is not gonna line up again, so,
I don't know what word this is.
I do.
What? Oh no. Yeah, that's not the right mounting letters for that.
I do not know.
Replica.
Where the E? Where did the E go? Come back. Come back.
Now I understand.
Oh my god, how did that sync up perfectly?
Mukuro replaced Jump.
Okay,
That's
that
it.
works. That works.
What if she switched
That
places with
synced
someone
up
else?
Unbelievably perfectly. Okay, cool.
Switched places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but
Heroes always
that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
did it though. I mean, none of us knew Junko before.
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that?
Maybe before we all met up.
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
I was thinking she got replaced
Good point.
right before they all met up.
There's just no way they could have switched like that.
Like, 'cause we never actually
So maybe
met.
the whole idea is wrong.
Has to be something.
The beginning,
Two of them
right?
may have switched places from the very beginning.
What?
Behind.
From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
We'd already
Junko
met
looks
her?
like she's about to pull those
I
brains
had
off
like
of her
a
head and
normal
twist her around.
conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
The fake light. I feel like motivation should take it.
But if she really did use foundation,
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain
wait.
it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
But why would
So
Mukuro let
Mukuro,
herself be
the
killed?
ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
Still refuses to admit it. But tried to deceive us all at once. It doesn't matter. I've already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity. And not just once. Twice. First time was during our late. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Wait. Victim's identity is unknown. Oh, maybe he's saying there's evidence where he tried to deny the identity.
I have no idea what I was doing in the original footage, so, I just know I got it wrong.
Is there an interview tape for Junko? There should be. I think Monokuma may have, like, shut off the TV for I don't know what you present. If I present the wrong one, I'm gonna die. Okay, and I
Shoot!
Oh, what? We get to go again? Hello? We're out of hearts. We are.
Not out of hearts in this post, whatever.
Shoot!
That's not what it is, I'm guessing, at this point. I'm thinking maybe the group photo, because you never see Mukuro's face, or Junko's face. But I feel like that would be the second. I don't really get what this cast is. I'm just looking at this. Oh. What?
Shoot!
What? Different dialogue, but... So maybe that's like the second time? I'm just going to try every single option that's available. Oh, here, thanks to Monokuma's influence, Makoto wasn't able to watch the DVD all the way through. Oh.
I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster,
I literally said this earlier and then dismissed it. What the heck just happened? Oopsie! Looks like a drone. Out of service. What? It just so happened to bring this now? Now then, win doesn't matter. Failure can strike anytime, anyway. That's what failure is, right?
you made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
No, it wasn't a fluke. The mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. That's not the only time they hid her identity. The master tried to cover up one other true evidence. That would be the group vote, right? Well, apparently we're doing this.
What do you want? What do you want? Are you sure about this? What are you even talking about?
should prove it.
This should prove it.
Boom, baby! Boom, baby!
Oh. Right. So at this point, my recording just stopped. The recording that I'm recording over has just stopped. So, I'm gonna turn the game sound back on, and we're just gonna play through this part like normal. I'm gonna, turn my mic up now, because I want you guys to be able to actually hear me. I'm gonna play through this section in post until I get to the next section that was actually recorded, which will just be the next episode, because this episode's already long. The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo. I need to turn the game sound down more, because this game is freaking loud.
Uh-oh. I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
The unusual circumstance common to all these pictures. That Junko's face is missing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I figured this out years ago when I recorded this, but also I figured it out earlier this episode. The Junko's face.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to
Junko's
every
face.
single photo
Excuse me.
is that you can't see her
Monokuma.
face.
I have to be authentic to my commentary from the rest of the videos. I need to call him Monokuma.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
The
And
mastermind.
she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
Meh, 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 meh. Sorry.
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
Had to sneak one of those in there.
Hold on!
Meh.
Bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything right now.
Closing argument. Begin. Alright, time to figure this out when I haven't played the rest of this game in, years. I'm very behind on uploading. Yay! Okay, let's see, so the mastermind is watching, and they blow up. Honestly, though, it's good that I hadn't recorded this in the past, because I don't know how I would have, like, re-recorded over old audio of this. Okay, let's go from somewhere else. So Byakuto uncovers the face, then me when I have no idea what's going on. And then the killer. What is this scene? I don't. Okay. Let me find one I can identify quickly, immediately. So there's Junko. Oh, right. It starts... You know, it's been so long since I did this, I forgot that it is right to left. Okay, so there's Junko. Is this where we put, like, this one? Like, oh, Junko's Mukuro. Yeah, because everything else seems like part of the crime. So then Junko dies, or Mukuro dies, excuse me. And then Act 3, someone is carrying and hiding the body in the freezer. This is where they hide it in the freezer. Yeah, that's where they hide it in the freezer. So then they're, or is this where they stick the mask on it? I don't... No, because they're using the mask here, so they stick the mask on it later. What is this? Oh, that's them finding the body, right? Wait, or is this one... No, because that's literally... That's already... That's a fake one. That's a fake one, because it's an image that's already on a panel. You know, I think I can see why in the past when I tried to capture this and my laptop was lagging it the whole time, I can see how getting to this segment, it was just like, you're done! You're done, you ain't doing it anymore. So this is where I get rough. This is where it gets rocky. So he's going in here to stab Makoto or scare Makoto. Knife. Kyoko bursts in and interrupts it. Yes. Then... Is that supposed to be me or Byakuya? This art style. But then what's this one? This is so... This is where he puts the mask on the body. And he had to drag the body out, right? So... That one there. Some of these will be wrong. So then they all show up, they find this corpse that is all burnt. Wait, fire. He had to set it on fire. But I'm confused about this. Why is it showing him, like, leaving Makoto's room? Because there's this one that I think is meant to represent fire. Them sitting on fire. Maybe this is where the fire is. But no, it makes way more sense for the charred corpse to be there. Forget the fire. We'll come back to that. Explosion. Mastermind, evil. I'm so good at video games. Well, I thought I put that one... Hold on. What, there's two? Okay, no. This one. And then at the end, they find her decomposed body. Yes. I didn't realize there was two like that.
Here's exactly what
Can't
happened.
wait for this to be wrong. I forgot how cool these segments are.
Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Act 2.
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind,
The
Junko and
mastermind?
Oshima.
Okay, I haven't. If I actually got all of these right,
into a morgue
like, fresh off of not having played the game, really? That's crazy.
Until Junko decided to put her body to use.
I mean, I guess I did kind of play it, because I had to play the segment before this
Junko
to get
dragged
to
the
a...
body out of the bio
Because I didn't have a save
using the
file,
tarp
so
to carry her to the garden.
I've kind of replayed a lot of this game.
She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile,
Here's where I think
she
I
wanted
don't.
us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
Yo! I actually got... That was the one I was very unsure. Oh my god. Oh my god, did I actually get them all right? There's no way... The funniest thing about this is, I mean, I don't know, because I don't have the old footage, but there's no way that actually, when I played through the game, I got these all right. It, like this. Like this. Nope. Okay. Damn it. The tarp thing. This is what I'm like, this is a little weird. Like, what is this supposed to be? Is it... Oh, just fleas, and then...
Here's exactly what happened.
Yeah!
After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body.
Like, this is just a very cool way to, like, describe everything that happened. Plus, the
This was all
main
to make us
theme
think
is
the person
an
who
absolute
attacked me
bop.
and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
Yeah. Dun dun dun. Ha ha ha! Tick tick tick. Boom! Oh yeah, okay. We made exactly one
Finally,
mistake. Let's
by
go.
strapping
We
a
move.
bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder.
Huh.
And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma.
The one controlling Monokuma. Monokuma.
The real Junko Enoshima. That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
Malfunction. System malfunction.
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on!
Shut
This
down.
time you finally revealed yourself.
Junko's gonna come
It's
out,
not like
right?
you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over?
Over.
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Boom, 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 boom. Ultimate Despair, Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima. I will never be able to say all the names right.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear.
What is this voice? I don't...
If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Okay. No.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you.
She's like the character of 1,000 voices, right? Yeah.
It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
This is the mastermind? She's hot! She's the real
Anyway.
Junko Enoshima.
Looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day.
I definitely, like, got spoiled that she was still alive, though, because if you look up Danganronpa fan art or cosplay or anything like that, she is half of it. And I'm not even talking, I'm talking like back when I played the game. Like, I also knew
It
this
was
information.
like I was stuck in purgatory.
Not necessarily like
Or
all the details,
like a
but
slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Your face.
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
people have told me I'm cuter than 100. I love the like bored
I
voice.
feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
Yeah, because we met you at the what? We met her at the beginning of the game. What are you? I don't. Before I got to the school. Oh. Oh, I don't. I don't know. Before arriving at school? I'm confused by this question.
That's right.
He would.
It was before I ever came to this school. I
What kind
remember
of
seeing the
question was
magazine
that? The
cover.
text said, when did I see her? It was before I came to this school. And then the answer was basically just before I came to this school. Like, he said the answer. Okay.
And you were on it.
As
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when
fashionistas
this
are
all
the
began-
true psychos, I guess. I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Oh, are you talking about my cover photos and junk? Well, of course. Those are totally Photoshopped. Photoshop? Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with, like, computers and junk. Oh, so they aren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That
Okay.
explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro.
No, I'm me!
She tried her best.
No, that's wrong!
But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist.
The Photoshop excuse
Not
is
even
pretty
if
good,
they're
though.
twins.
Twins?
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship.
Stereotypical twin
The
relationship.
older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute.
Younger
that was-
sister. She almost sounds like Aubrey Plaza. Like,
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima!
never mind.
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Despair! Okay, I forgot how much I liked
She's
the
a
voice
totally
acting.
different person now.
Like I said,
It's just, like,
I get bored
crazy.
easy as hell. I even get fucking bored with myself. But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Ugh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over?
I wonder if they just gave the actress all the different sprites and was like, this is a voice, and this is a voice, and this is a voice.
Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain.
Oh my god.
For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the 3 atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
Damn. She's really
It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines.
Damn.
Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away.
Wow.
Which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
Oh my god.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter,
Oh, the Awoo voice! Oh boy.
If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring.
Okay, I think is that. Yeah, that's where I ended the last episode, or started the second. This is where I'm ending this episode. So yeah, we're gonna. In the next episode, we'll finish this trial, and it will also be me recording over mostly broken gameplay. Yay! I love Danganronpa so much. I'm so glad that I have a better computer now, because this process is easier than I thought it was, but also still like a massive like, why am I doing this? Okay. Arrivederci!